Are you social? Do you like sports? Well, today we meet Frank Pitts, buddy, a.k.a., and he's going to tell you about Sportcial. That's right, Sportcial, the combination of both. How to be social, how to play sports. So are you ready to play hard, have fun, and do good in the community? Well, come on in and we're going to show you how.
Welcome to the Dayton Approved Podcast with Frank O'Neill. This is where the local Dayton businesses get a spotlight.
Welcome to Dayton Approved, exploring Dayton small businesses and nonprofits with Dayton Discount Furniture. Today we have Frank Buddy Pitts with Sportcial. How are you doing today, buddy?
I'm good, man.
I was really trying there. I don't know if you saw.
I know. I was surprised you didn't say Sportical, even though you've been playing in our leagues for 18 years now.
You know, I did originally. I was one of those. I will say I'm an offender. I did say Sportical at the beginning.
Sorry, it looks like Sportical. Sometimes we act like Sportical.
There you go. So we have a buddy here with Sportcial, and he's going to tell us all today about what it is, how he's helping out the community, why it's so important to the Dayton community, and everything that they offer. So I'm very excited. I've known Buddy for a while. We've hung out, well, actually, a couple of years maybe. I don't even know. But
I think we knew of each other for quite
that's
a bit,
what it was.
just through Andrew and Lauren.
True.
So, Yeah.
We didn't really connect hard until probably about a year or so ago.
Yeah, I hope we didn't connect hard, bro.
Well, you know what I mean.
Sorry. Is this podcast PG-13?
That's right, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, let's get right into it. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the mission statement? Tell us a little bit about Sportcial and, what it's all about.
Yeah, so Sportcial, basically we are a sport and social company. Our main goal is just to bring people together through games, like channel your inner fourth grader, literally like make new friends, make memories with old friends. That's what we're about, man, like bringing everybody together on all fronts though. So whether it's people, right? Whether it's the community, also businesses, right? So we want to hit all levels of that, bringing people together and bringing things together. So
yeah, no, absolutely. I notice it's not just, it's like bringing people together through, like you said, activity and sports, which through games and stuff, which is awesome. Yeah. So what are some of the games that you guys offer and some of the games you play?
Yeah, so, excuse me, our biggest one is kickball. But we also offer pickleball, bowling, tennis, wiffle ball, euchre. What else? Man, I feel like I'm missing something.
You're saying
volleyball?
Yep.
Yeah, volleyball.
I think you said basketball, maybe?
Yeah, basketball. We do basketball.
A little bit of cornhole.
Cornhole, yeah. Cornhole, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about all of them that you said.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a whole slew of different games and activities. Let's put that out there. There's more to come, right?
Yep. We're going to start a coin flipping contest, too.
There you go.
Just messing.
Yeah. or we do quarters or whatever.
Yeah, quarters. Yeah. Oh, man, that's old school.
That's right. That is true. So, that's cool. So, basically a whole bunch of different games. And I know that you said that kickball is kind of like the bread and butter, or I guess you could say it's the biggest one that you guys do.
Yeah, so like kickball is one that kind of helps bring literally our vision to life and our mission statement to life. So it's one of the largest team sports that we have, actually the largest team sport that we have. So you need at least 10 people on your team. Most likely you're going to need more. So teams end up averaging around 12 to 13 people. Okay. And then we're running 2 nights a week, running around 12 to 16 teams, actually 18 teams, between Tuesday and Thursday. So that, that component there, now you're bringing, 60 people together in an hour, 60 to 80 people in an hour for 2 hours a week. And then after the kickball game, they're going over to the bar. Yeah. And then we're doing like game night games or bar games, if you want to call it. So like, we're not necessarily encouraging the drinking side of the bar games, but we're just playing like the competitive side. You're going to earn a point just for visiting this local bar that we've connected and partnered with. So,
I've actually personally played kickball, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Now I'm on Thursday nights. I believe Thursday night's better than Tuesday. Not that there is a real competition there, but I like to think so.
If you had to say, though, Frank, How many runs have you scored this season?
I don't know, but I've done good.
You've done your part.
Yes, I'm the only one that knows how to run bases. Everyone else is standing out there like, what's going on?
You're not invited to that team next year.
Yeah, I'm the one. I'm always yelling. I'm the base coach.
Oh, okay.
And what I've learned is the way to be the best base coach in this league is to be the damn pitcher, because then I can yell at everyone.
No,
I'm in the middle.
That is true.
I figured that out.
So literally, that's me. Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually pitch because I want to tell the kickers where to kick.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to tell these base runners, and I don't know how many times I'm like, 1 out, wait for it, fly ball, run. You can tag up.
Yeah.
And then they just.
But you know what, though?
And I'm like, what are you doing?
But you know what? So if you think about it, right, just kind of going back to that mission statement, that's one of the things that we're kind of promoting, right? It's just kind of some healthy communication, but also like through sports, that's what you get, right? Like growing up throughout life, like there's so many life lessons that you learn through sports.
True.
So even as an adult, you kind of get away from that, right?
Yeah.
Because like, a lot of us like aren't going after a doctorate degree, but there's a good amount of people that are, right? If you're in different circles, right?
Of course.
But like, so there's not everybody that's going out and exercising as well. So like you're kind of killing a couple birds with one stone. That's
absolutely.
Not a good phrase to use.
I love the exercise portion of kickball. Like I feel like I get my ass handed to me every time I play a game, because I'm out there. I am running and I'm going and I'm doing my best. So I do feel that way every game.
Yeah. So like just the example you're using, right, is like, because you got to think about it. Adult social sports, right? You're not going to get. You may get like the top athletes that you grew up around, but then you may get the ex-athletes, or you may just get the couch potato that is going out to be social, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, the sport part is not their top priority,
right?
But also, like, you kind of have to know a little bit about the sport and have to know what to do. So that's where that learning curve comes in. So like, you got a guy like you going out, like, dude, you got to run.
Yeah.
If that ball's on the ground, like,
Like,
but
this is what you need to do.
Yeah, but if it's in the air, you gotta stay until I tell you to go, right?
Yeah.
So those are things that I think just even help build some rapport, as well as just some like sometimes stronger communication, right?
Yeah.
Like some So
I feel like my math teacher when I was in college and we were in calculus, because I had to do business calc.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You guys are screwing up basic algebra. You need to go back to algebra. You don't know your algebra." And I'm having flashbacks. I'm like, I'm that guy now yelling at people like, "You don't know your base running. You need to get back to base running." Like,
dude, speaking of, this is gonna be off topic, but speaking of math, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if there was like an honors math or whatever, but like I took my math classes my freshman and sophomore year of high school, like the two that I needed to graduate, right?
Yeah.
So I get to college my freshman year, and I have I don't even know what it was, honestly. I can't remember. It's too long ago either way. But I had a math class. Before then, A's in math, right? Strong. Dude, I got a D the first semester.
really?
Yeah, my coach was like, "Bro, what are you doing?" I was like, "I'm not gonna lie, coach. Like,
Right.
I'm having trouble." He's like, "We got a tutor. We got study tables."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, but all these other classes as well are hard too." So, but either way, I pulled it up, right? I came back with a B. I actually had the best GPA that I ever had in my life in college.
That's great.
So, yeah.
Now, you played football, too.
Yeah, I played football.
Yeah, so not everyone knew that, but yeah.
Yeah. So, played football at Urbana. Rest in peace, Urbana University. But, yeah, so I played there. Like I said, I had the best GPA, man. Like, I knew I was smart, but then, like, I kind of found out if I applied myself,
you could be smart.
I could be smart. I'm like, dang, this works, right? Like,
yeah. No, it was just funny because you were also saying about communication, and then I'm over here and I see myself base coaching, and I'm like, I'm over here yelling at everyone like a crazy, and I'm like, maybe there got to be a better way than just yelling at people. But then I think about it, I'm like, how else do you coach though? Because you're in the moment. You have to yell. That's the answer. Like, you have to. It's not personal. It's not like I'm mad at that person. It's just like, go!
Yeah. Well, it's just your style too, right? Like, that's your style. Right?
Yeah.
But like, even with my team, when I was playing pretty often, like, I'd feel weird and super subconscious about like telling everybody what to do.
Right.
But then they're like, when I stopped doing it, they're like, "Dude, you didn't tell us where to go."
Yes.
Like, well, I always feel like a prude or whatever. Like,
right.
Saying,
I always
do
feel
this, do
weird.
that. Yeah.
Like the first game. Like
Yeah.
every year I've like been on a pickup team. The first game I'm like, whatever, this is how we got to do it, and I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know anyone.
Yeah.
And I'm just yelling at these people.
Did
But
you,
it's
did you
funny
introduce
'cause-
yourself at least?
Here's the
Did you
thing.
start yelling?
Yeah. They know me, but I don't know them. You know what I'm saying? Like, because by the end of the game, they're all like, they know who I am.
Yeah.
And I always had that problem in my life where, like, I can't remember people's names, but I'm always the guy that does something crazy where they can remember.
Yeah.
And,
That
you
makes
know,
sense.
Yeah, it's like Frank. So I've always had that problem
Yeah.
where people.
I think it's a Frank thing though,
Yeah.
right? Because there's a lot of people that know me.
Yeah, and you're like, who are you?
Right? Yeah. I think I might be a little better at remembering though than you, but
Probably. I'm bad. I'm really bad. But anyway, not get too far off topic here. Let's talk
Yeah.
about the 4 core values too, because the 4 core values for Sportcial is very, very important, and you guys live to them. You know, you take them in seriously, and
Yeah.
I'd say that you keep them close to your heart. So let's talk about what they are.
yeah, man, absolutely. So with these core values, it's something that we 100% live by. As much as we can, right? Like obviously we're not perfect, no one is, and that's part of it, right? So one is play harder.
Yes.
Obviously, like we have to do our job, right? Like we work every day, you know, to provide, to live life, right? To climb Maslow's hierarchy, right? But like we deserve to like treat ourselves good, right? Like
course.
so you got to play harder, right? You work
Yeah.
hard enough, get out and play. Start the party. All right. So this is something that specifically we started for our gamers, which is like our league facilitators and or our refs. So it's like, what's your best party trick?
Yeah.
Right? Like, is it pull my finger? Right?
Right,
Like,
right,
so,
right.
so when it comes out to like channel your inner fourth grader, right? Like, how are you going to start the party? Right?
Right.
And sometimes that's just been, a cool personality.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes that's just talking to different people, getting to know them, like kind of having your own dad joke prepped
Right.
up and ready or whatever it may be, right?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like almost like an icebreaker.
Yeah, just like an icebreaker. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then also we have do good. So that's just something huge to us for the partners and just the people in general. Like that's something that we want to spread even as a business, making sure that we actually are very integral business owners. Like we're actually out to do good. We're not like in it to cheat anybody. We're not
Right.
in it for any like some of the conniving things that you hear about business owners and or like just some of the things that you sometimes may have to do or think you may have to do as someone who's in a business for profit. So
Right.
so like that's something that we really care about is doing good. And
Yeah.
that's just-
Make sure you're doing good. You're
Yeah. yeah.
not, jeopardizing the integrity is what
Yeah,
we call that.
exactly. Yeah. And then the last one is community always. And so this is where we want to get involved in the community as much as possible, as much as we can, push the community efforts, things that are going on, partnering with other businesses, trying to spill over our business to them, and just connect with as many people as possible. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's cool. I know one of the other things too that you've said is that Sportcial really is all about making friends
Yeah.
and making memories.
Yeah,
it's really that
absolutely.
simple. Like these are all the things that really go towards that ultimate goal.
Exactly.
And I think that's really cool because that's really what life's all about,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
How can we make more friends? How do we bring friends into you make your own
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
And Sportcial is all about being that. Hey, look, we're just this piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Where maybe you're going to meet your best friend here. Maybe you're going to meet your significant other. You never know.
Yeah.
Maybe you're going to meet some guy that knows someone that knows something that can save your somebody's life. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You never know how it all works out, and that's what it's all about. Is just making friends and making memories and seeing where it turns out. I love that philosophy because that's such a true philosophy. Just the trickle down effect, or the connection effect, I guess
Yeah.
you could say.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So this is going to bring us to number 2. All right. So this brings us to our next part, which is basically your story. So tell us the story, Sportcial, how it got started, and then tell us how you got involved, because I know that you weren't, ones that originally started it.
Yeah. Yeah. So these really like awesome Northerners,
Yeah.
kind of migrated down south to
Yeah.
good old Dayton, Ohio.
These Northies.
These Northies, yeah. Kind of, they did the opposite of what, well, they didn't look like me, so it makes sense. All right, no. PJ and Raph are the original co-founders of Sportcial. Raph, Air Force vet. PJ worked for the Air Force. They both are from Northern Ohio. PJ from Bellevue, Raph from Cleveland area. And they were both down working and playing in different leagues, volleyball, I think, specifically. And at some point within their season, they literally just found out that they both had season tickets to the Cavs game.
Okay.
Yeah, but they each had separate halves.
Yeah.
And so they get to the end of this season, supposedly, and
So when you say halves, they bought like a half season.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
they,
half season tickets.
Yeah. So one bought one half season, one bought the other half season.
Correct. Yeah, and then you kind of find out, like, dude, I've been playing next to this person, and we could have been trading tickets all along, right?
You could have had a mutual benefit the whole time.
Yeah, so, or we could have been kind of selling tickets together, depending on, So, and obviously, I'm sure they bought them for pretty cheap, because depending on when that was.
Right,
I don't know.
right.
Oh, no, LeBron was there. It might have been Miami days. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole other topic. Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, the whole idea came from that, just literally one of those moments.
Yeah, so they were just like basically playing volleyball, and they're on the same team.
Yeah.
They both have a common interest, which is the the Cavs.
Yeah.
They both bought half seasons,
Yep.
and they didn't even know about any of this until like the end of the season.
Yeah.
And it was too late to do anything.
Yeah, too late to do anything. And
Wow.
it's just like, dude, like, we need to start leagues that, where we actually meet people. We
Right.
actually talk to the person that we're on teams with and or opponents with.
Yeah.
Right? We're going to see each other every week for
Right.
8 to 10 weeks, or depending on what league you're in, right?
Right.
So it's like, okay, let's not be strangers anymore, guys.
Yeah. Let's mix it up.
Yeah, did we just become best friends? I think that's
Right.
that's probably that moment, right?
Yeah.
They were like, you got Cavs tickets, I got Cavs tickets.
Exactly.
We just become best friends.
They did.
Yeah.
And they also became business partners.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that's interesting. So that's how they all started it. They
Yeah.
decided, hey, here we are. We got this common interest. Let's figure it out. Let's do it better.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah, and then so a few years later, I come along. I'm just kind of entrepreneur in the Dayton area, kind of in that ecosystem of our great entrepreneur ecosystem here in Dayton, Ohio. But no, so yeah, one of my friends, he ended up inviting me to play on his team and just come in and check it out. And I just like, dude, I love this. This is amazing, right? Like, and it crosses off one of the check marks of just like my fulfillment categories is where, for more than half of my life, I've been just a sports jock, right?
Yeah.
Like a junkie, played every single sport you can think of outside, with the exception of like hockey, right?
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
Soccer maybe,
Yeah.
But no,
I've always said soccer's not a real sport.
really,
Yeah, I've said that. I've never been a big soccer guy.
soccer's tough, man.
I know. A lot of people are against me on that one.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
I'd be in that category.
Yeah.
Although I'm still not like. I'm
It's
not
a lot
the
of
big
running,
soccer-
and I get
It
that.
is. And
I get
that's,
that.
That's what drew me away from it.
Yeah, and so like, I get that, and I understand that there's no pads, so it can get physical. I've had people get in arguments that's more physical than football. I'm like, maybe because of the
and I think
pad
that's probably
aspect.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a little bit more dangerous there, I guess. But
I still don't think so. I played defense.
yeah, I don't
and
know.
my goal literally was just to like go and run somebody's head off.
I
Like,
played. I played when I was a kid, and I remember I played flag, and that was cool. And then we played tackle,
Yeah.
and the coach never would let me play. I don't know why. I guess it just didn't happen until the last game. It was like a freaking Rudy story, right? And I get on there, and I get in there, and I get the ball, and he gives it to me, and I run it, and I get first down 10 yards. He goes, "O'Neal, where have you been? Where you been?" And I'm like, "On the bench, bro." Yeah. And then he's like, "All right, we're gonna do it again." So he gives it to me again. Well, the guy was ready for me, right? And bam!
Clean. Yeah.
And I swear to you, I flipped a full circle
Dude.
on this guy, right?
Yeah.
He knocked the down me,
Yeah.
man. He knocked the win. And the guy was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Like, he was sorry.
What?
He apologized because, like, he saw it was brutal.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And I'm like, "Oh, it's cool. It's part of the game. It's part of the game."
Yeah.
And then I just told my coach, I said, "I'm done."
Yeah.
and I never played football again. I said all I took was one hit, man, and I was like, I am done. This guy knocked me to fucking Mars, dude.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
wild. I was like, oh my god, this guy was ready to kill me.
Yeah.
And it's like that weird age where it's like you got some kids that are monstrous,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then like
that's
I'm the
true.
skinny
Yeah.
guy, you know?
Yeah.
So
I was
yeah.
always that skinny guy. I was always that little guy.
Yeah.
I mean, can't tell now, but like I was literally always that small guy. But I don't know if something was
Nailed
going on
me.
in the head, but
Yeah.
like literally, I just wanted to go and just go crack. I wanted to be
Yeah.
that guy, right? But I
Yeah.
wasn't apologizing.
Yeah. He saw the brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see the kid fly, I was like, damn.
That's true. That's true too.
Yeah. It was overkill, you know.
Yeah.
Didn't need to do all that, but
Yeah.
hey, you know, it's all good because it taught me a lesson and it taught him a lesson. He got humble, and I got, you
Yeah.
know, well,
you realize
this is
some
probably
things.
not this is not for me.
Yeah.
You know?
You got a little perspective.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty wild. So then, yeah, you got involved basically,
Yeah.
and yeah, you just said you fell in love with it. You could,
Yeah, so I fell in love with it. Like I said, it did just cross a check mark off for me,
Yeah.
and so like,
and the cool thing is you're from Dayton.
yeah, and
That's
I'm from
the,
Dayton.
Yes,
yeah.
that's the big added value
Yep.
that these two guys, like we said, these Northerners, they
Yeah.
weren't from.
Yeah, exactly. And so like, that was a big draw for me. And then I was just like, dude, like I'm already doing some really cool stuff within the community anyway. So
Right.
like, how can we kind of merge this thing, and how can I be involved? And so we kind of had those conversations for about a year, and then we finally end up just kind of coming up with a cool partnership agreement. Before it was more like on a contract base kind of thing, you know. But I didn't even want to do it that way, just because it's
Right.
like, dude, I love this too much. Right?
Yeah.
Like, and I have some deeper attachment to it at some point. So yeah.
Well, that's cool. It's interesting because, yeah, I mean, I know that from talking to all you guys, you know, it's not like you guys are doing this to make a ton of money. So
Yeah.
the fact that you want to be involved and take on like this responsibility, knowing that like, hey, I'm not trying to make a buck off this. This
Yeah.
is really truly
Yeah.
community oriented,
Yeah.
where you're, you know, really involving, helping the community. And that's cool. And that kind of brings us to the next part, which is, you know, helping out the community and whatnot, and, you know, the involvement that you guys do, or contributing to the local community. So, you know, what are some of the things you do? I know that, like, you know, for example, the shirts are a big thing. So there's definitely more than that, but some other things that you guys do.
I mean, like just an example with the shirts, like obviously we're using a local vendor for our
Right.
shirts. I do all the in-house designing though.
Yeah, there you go.
But we finally kind of just branched out, and we have a couple people kind of working through things. But either way, that's another story. But yeah, we use a local vendor for our shirts. The biggest thing though that we do is like when we're running our leads, like we're trying to figure out who we can kind of partner with, and or
Right.
like send our people to their establishment. So for instance, on kickball nights, right, we're at Yellow Cab after the game. So you
Yeah.
do an hour of kickball, then you do, 30 minutes to an hour of socializing over at Yellow Cab.
Right.
And we kind of incentivize it by saying, hey, you can go get a bar point. During the kickball game, there's a Sportcial star.
Yeah.
And then we're giving out, you get a...
Which I've never gotten, and I'm very upset about.
Probably because you yell so much
Probably.
at everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think they just think,
You should start giving notes.
yeah.
So, like, write up little notes.
Yeah. Well,
Give
it's
it
the
to the
opposite
first-
team, right, that picks it. So what I'm thinking is they witness how good I am, and they're like, that guy gets it all the time, so we can't give him another star, right?
We should do a survey. I want to do a survey. How good is Frank? Scale of 1 to 5. And we'll draw a name. Like somebody
Yeah.
gets like 10% off of
Yeah,
this nice dining table.
Absolutely, exactly. I'm in. But then they might want to say I'm good because
Yeah,
of that.
that's true.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of make the survey a surprise, though.
Right.
I mean, the drawing a surprise.
we'll just say it's cash, and then at the end we'll just tell them, well, we were lying.
Oh man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but no, like, so going back to that is like, yeah, we're literally, when it comes to community things, like we're looking for things to get into, right? And we're pushing different events to say, hey, here's what's going on this weekend, by way of like our morning announcements, which we do morning announcements in the evening, right? 6 p.m. But
hey, it's all good.
Yeah. So like I said, remember that channel your inner fourth grader. So we're doing morning announcements. We're announcing different things that's going on that particular week and or in the upcoming weeks. So if you have anything, right, obviously try to send it to us, and we'll try to get it out there to our players.
Right. Yeah. So you can spread the word there. Yeah. And the other thing too is like just in general, community always. It's one of your core values. Yeah. So you're always thinking about the community. You're always trying to figure out how can we help the community, because that's what this is all about. Yeah. It's one of your values.
Yeah,
I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah. I mean, and just to kind of further go into that is even within our Sportcial community, right? Like, Frank, like there's plenty of times where I'm like, hey, do you know Frank? Do you know that he has this discount, furniture store out in Fairborn, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Did you even know where Fairborn was?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
A lot of people that live in Dayton and grew up in Dayton, they're like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting how every time I join a new team, somebody on my team buys furniture from me.
Nice.
1 out of the 10.
Sounds like a good business model.
And I mean, it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's all about networking, is what I've learned about.
Yeah.
And it's a networking. It's networking through sports.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about Sportcial.
Yeah.
For me, now everyone's different, right? So for me, like I definitely do that. I also do get my social cup filled in that aspect as well. I feel like I'm a pretty social guy in general, but I do enjoy hanging out with you guys as well. Like I feel like we do that, and then there's been times when we have our own special after parties.
Yeah.
So we have our own fun there. So I mean I enjoy keeping up in that group or that circle as well. So. For me, I get it. I get my social fill for sure, and then I also get my sports competitive fill.
Right.
As well.
Yeah. Exactly.
And which is what I really enjoy, because we all have that like within us, and it's a healthy way to get that competitiveness.
It is very healthy.
Out.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's cool. And again, go back to the health, which is the running. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, it's all good.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything bad.
Yeah. Well,
really?
That's sweet.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about what's bad about it, other than, unless somebody gets trashed or something, but that's pretty rare.
Yeah.
People are doing it on a social aspect, and if someone's over drinking, then that means they got their own issues, right? That's a whole nother.
But it happens, right? Like it happens.
Does.
Yeah.
But that's not Sportcial. You're not encouraging
we're not
that.
encouraging.
No.
Like, hey, come here, toasty, right? Like,
right.
no, just come here ready to have a good time.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever you want to do to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, and we do our best to try to push out that atmosphere. So that's where that start the party is. Yeah. Right? Like, I think there was a couple weeks ago, I think we're mid-season. I'm just like, hey, guys, you haven't played each other this season? Go meet someone across the field.
Right.
At least, we're just trying to push that particular part of it. I mean, that's the thing that matters to us the most.
Yeah. It's all about the connections and meeting new people. Now, that brings us to, kind of some differentiators, One of the things I was thinking is, at least something that I notice that's different, and maybe not. I don't know exactly where the rule plays in the play, but I know with kickball, I'll see people they are having adult beverages, while playing. That's something that we kind of have allowed. I don't necessarily notice that with maybe other leagues per se.
Yeah.
I don't really know what the rules are on that.
Well, it just depends on location, right, and where you're at. So, certain leagues, there's room to kind of have that adult beverage. Certain leagues where it may be not, right? So, and like I said, it's not something that we literally push, right? It's just that's your own prerogative.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's something that you allow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, and that's why all of our leagues are 21 plus.
Yes.
Right. So that way we don't run into anything of that nature. So
But I'm just saying, I think that's kind of one of the differentiators, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like my buddy Chris from Savannah, he was like, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah, we're an adult-friendly league. Yeah.
Exactly.
Not necessarily kid-friendly all the time, right? Like, even sometimes our music selection, right? Like, I mean, there's expletives in music.
Right.
So,
that's right.
Can't control
that's another thing that's cool is you guys play music the whole time while we're playing, so... that's also a nice little added.
Yeah, that's
benefit.
one of Sportcial's party tricks.
Yeah.
Pull out the boom
It's
box.
like, am I at kickball or am I at a party?
Yeah. Crank it up. Crank it up, Joe.
That's right.
Crank it up.
And then the social part is obviously a big differentiator because you really focus on that social aspect compared to just the sports aspect.
Yeah.
Like it's a combination of both, but
100%.
you guys definitely emphasize that, and the connection is what you were saying as well as a big difference.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I mean, I can't emphasize it enough. Is that's our main goal, right? So even at something like a tennis, right, where typically it could be a social sport, but if you think about it, you don't have much time to socialize if you're playing a tennis match.
Yeah.
So we kind of restructured the league where like you're literally always with a partner or you're playing with a whole team. You have like that break in between. So like we're in, summer months now. So like we're playing outside and it gets crazy hot. So obviously we have a lot of breaks.
Yeah.
But even within those breaks, right? Like you're with that particular team for the day.
Right.
And then afterward we're hanging out by the pool, having a claw or Gatorade or something.
Yeah.
Maybe even playing some more games.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, that's cool. That's really cool. And then also part of the big differentiator is, you were saying is like the care for community and basically doing good.
Yeah.
That's where you guys always strive. Again, going back to the core values, which is really impressive.
Yeah. So like, that's very huge for us is making sure that the people who come and play in our leagues actually still go and support other businesses around the community around Dayton, and that we're doing our part trying to make a push for it. Right. So like just kind of honing in some of those meetings and conversations with some of the other business owners. I mean, just like we're doing right here. Right. So just like, if we're over at Yellow Cab and I'm like, hey, Joe, have you met Frank before? Right. Did you know, Frank does this, or did you know Frank always yells at his teammates?
Right.
Like.
Yes.
But yeah, so
and they love it.
Yeah, and they love it. But no, yeah. So that's a huge push for us. That's why that community always in the doing good part is a big part of our value system. So
no, that's cool. That's definitely cool. So big milestones coming up. 10 years coming up right around the corner. How about that?
It doesn't even feel like it. Like, I mean, I've been apart for I want to say 6 of those years.
Wow.
And
I think that's a lion's share.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that we actually started in 2015.
Yeah.
I think we took a nice jump around 17.
Yeah.
And then we took a very huge leap during COVID, actually.
Yeah.
So, we went through the ringer trying to bring leagues back. I mean, we were literally sanitizing the fence poles.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
People are playing in masks,
Yeah.
We did get some really cool like masks though out of it,
Yeah.
right? Like, and bandanas that you can kind of cover your mouth with and nose with. So
yeah.
But no, we took a huge leap. We did have a little bit of a COVID boom. And things are kind of balancing out now, right?
Right.
So there's a lot of businesses that were able to kind of take a big leap through COVID.
Yeah.
So taking that unfortunate situation into,
Yeah. Turning, the old lemon into lemonade.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
No, 10 years is big because they say 1 out of 10 businesses survive after 1 year.
Yeah.
Then you take those ones that survive 10 years later, only one again survives. So that means to get to that 10-year mark is about a 1% chance. And you're talking about going against the odds.
Yeah.
It's unreal. So, it's impressive. It's a great milestone to be at.
Yeah.
And the fact that you guys have been able to do this for 10 years, have that mission statement of yours, and really live it out.
Yeah.
All of you guys live by that mission statement. That's not just a mission statement for Sportcial. That's a code to live by.
No,
that you guys do is what you were telling me. So that's awesome.
Yeah, the Sportcial is a derivative of us.
Yeah.
Right. So why do we want people to play hard? Because we play hard.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
We're gonna have fun.
We're looking for people. Yeah. We're looking for people that are like-minded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start the party.
Yeah.
You know what we're going to do?
We're going to start the
party.
party.
We're going to start the party. And if not, we're going to look for somebody else that's starting the party. We're going to join. Right?
Exactly.
So feed off of that energy. And then, just having integral character, right? And doing good. That's who we are.
Yeah.
So.
And what's interesting is what I've learned in life, because I definitely am, one of those type of people. I've learned that you can find those people
Yeah.
When you are, you can see it. You know.
Yeah.
You gotta develop a little bit.
Yeah, it's that-
Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I've been a bad. When I was younger, I call it bad people picker. Right. So we all are when we're younger,
Yeah.
right? We don't always pick the right people.
Yeah.
As I've gone through life, I've noticed how to weed out the ones that are bad from the good, and we kind of really hone in on the energy. We hone in on the truths of being truthful, I guess you could say, the integrity part. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but you just you can feel it.
Yeah.
It's that sixth sense. It really is.
Yeah, it's that law of attraction thing too, right? Like what you're seeking will seek you.
Right.
And that's one of those things that, like, I can be fairly truthful in saying this, like that the people that play in our leagues have that same sense of community. Right,
yeah.
I dare to say majority of the people, in our leagues that play, are really good people.
Right.
And that's one of the things that we like to do. We like to get out and try to talk to every person that we can at every league. And so yeah, that's awesome. That's an awesome part of just running this business.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that you got so many different people to talk to now, and they're all relatively the same. Not necessarily the same, but same positive energy, I guess you would say.
Right.
So it's unlimited resources to tap into.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah. Well, let's talk about some different things. Like, everyone's had struggles, so let's talk about some struggles that Sportcial's had. I mean, it's, obviously keeping employees is like something that I think everyone's running through.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think like just outside of it being a thing, right, that most businesses have dealt with and are increasingly dealing with. It's been something for us, even with the sense of just like, hey, we don't give out, even for a part-time job. I mean, you're not getting 15 hours a week.
Yeah, so it's just limited hours, limited pay.
It's pretty much like paid volunteering.
Yeah.
And so like sometimes that commitment level.
Internship.
Internship. Get your first adult internship. With
let's bring it back, baby. Let's bring it back. That's what I had to do.
Yeah.
Why are we bypassing this? What happened?
Yeah.
Where's all this free labor at?
I know, right? But no, yeah. So I mean, that's one of the things. It's just I think sometimes you get into that challenge of like, maybe this isn't a priority for me anymore, right? Or maybe I just had a kid, or maybe I just got in a relationship, or got a new job that kind of puts me a little further away, So sometimes it can just be a challenging priority because of the level of commitment being so low. Even just with Sportcial in general, as a player, we don't want to monopolize your time, right? Like we want an hour to 3 hours from you a week,
right?
So that's one that's challenging. I think even with us as business owners, we are part-time business owners. None of us are full-time at Sportcial. Yeah. And so I think sometimes that gets pretty challenging. Right. Because sometimes it requires you to be a little more full-time. Yeah.
Definitely certain times of the year for sure.
100%. Like summer's kickball season.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, Thursdays are rough.
Yeah, I mean,
I can only imagine doing that Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, so I subbed in and I did. I was a gamer for kickball on Thursday. I did all 3 games, reffed all 3 games. That third game, I was so slap happy. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. I mean, like I think I called a good game. Right. No one complained. No one yelled at me.
But you're just not quite sure.
I'm just not quite sure. I'm pretty sure I talked to everybody on the bench that was like on my side where I was at. Pretty sure I hit a couple dance moves, said some bad jokes probably. Right. Yeah, so sometimes it just catches up to you. Yeah. And so that could be something that gets challenging for us as the business owners. Right. Some things may not be as organized as we like it. May not live up to our standard, may not live up to industry standards sometimes. Right. But, sometimes I also think like, hey, we're a social sports business.
Right.
Right. So
you got to
like,
have a little slack.
have a little slack for us,
Yeah.
you know? So, and also,
This isn't like, hey, we're serious. Everyone on the team is going to be,
Yeah.
you know, the best player.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, this is,
Yeah.
you got to have, it's a mix. And you have to understand there's a
course.
mix.
Yeah.
And when there is a mix, you're going to always have that one person on the pendulum where it's like, oh my God, we're super serious. And then you're going to also have the opposite where it's like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just here to have a good time. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care about nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to, how do you find that happy medium?
yeah, yeah.
Well, that's part of being social, right?
Yeah, that is.
Because
That is.
that's life.
Yep, that
That's
is
where
life.
we're always going
Yep.
through.
Yeah. So,
No, that's interesting. So yeah, no, I understand. Like balancing the time is definitely probably a big challenge for you guys because, like you said, this is kind of like a secondary thing.
Yeah.
Your primary income is doing something else. This isn't really a big income maker.
Right, yeah.
It's more. It really, literally is more of a social aspect, networking type
Yeah.
of ordeal. that
it's
you got going
an
on.
ode to our community, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we live in the same community that we're playing in.
It's your way of giving back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
No, that's cool. So yeah, collaborating with others. Like, let's talk about some different organizations you collaborate with to kind of spread your awareness, and they spread their awareness, and all that.
yeah. So, like I said, I mentioned Yellow Cab earlier.
Yep.
On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we go there after kickball.
Mm-hmm.
That's every hour. So, like, we're running a game at 6.
Yeah.
We're sending teams over to Yellow Cab at 7.
Yeah, you're bringing tons of people.
Yeah, it's a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So like, and even when we do that, like we're kind of looking for that day that's probably a little slower
Yeah.
for that business and saying, hey, we'll bring, you know, this many people in by way of incentive, you know, something that we can do to get them there, which is by attaching a bar point. Showing up
Yeah.
is just 1 point. Literally, you show up to the bar, you get a point,
Yeah.
right? You play the games and you win a game, you get a point,
Yeah.
right? Well, if you finish in the top half, right?
Right. I honestly believe it's to the point where you guys bring so much power to the team, to the place. And I get it. Yellow Cab is a great venue, but it's almost like, yo, we need maybe 2% of all sales.
Yeah,
Like, I would.
or,
I
I
mean,
mean-
I hate saying it, but it's true. Though. Like, it's totally worth it because you
yeah.
guys you bring hundreds of people.
Yeah, yeah, and
I mean, you make the Tuesday, you make the Thursday.
that's right. That's a conversation that we could have, right?
Right.
As the business owners connecting, right?
Yeah.
But it's also something that it should be smarter on us to say, hey, let's lock this down
Right.
at this rate. But at the same time, it also crosses off a goal for us,
Right.
right? Because our business model is getting people to play.
Right.
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 And then how can we help you achieve your business model? Getting people at the
True.
location and spending.
But that's
so like
my point
yeah.
is like I would be. I'll tell you right now, if I open up let's just say I open up a Yellow Cab,
Yeah.
and I open it up in Fairborn, right?
Yeah.
I would be like, dude, I'll pay you 5%.
Oh, of course. Yeah,
You know, you know what I'm saying? So that's
yeah, I'm
competition,
not opposed to it,
right? I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, shopping it is not a problem.
Oh yeah, of
You know,
course.
it's
Yeah.
not a
Yeah,
bad
and
thing.
we also kind of want to rotate anyway, right?
Right.
Because like I said, we're still, if we're looking at our goals, like we want you to
Well,
touch
yeah.
a lot of different businesses around the
Of
city.
course, you
Yeah.
want to try different places,
Yeah.
right? And so
So-
that's also part of your goal. But like, you know, it's kind of like we were saying earlier about Dayton, and you know, I left Dayton and you left Dayton for a little
Yeah.
bit of a while, right?
Yeah.
You don't appreciate something until it's gone, right?
Yeah.
So Yellow Cab, are they going to appreciate you? Well, yeah, they're going to appreciate when you're gone.
Yeah, yeah.
And they see that hit their revenue.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it works. So, I mean, I don't think it's I don't think it's a bad thing to say, hey, how about giving us a piece of the pie? Because then that you could use that money to really make your organization even better.
Yeah.
You know, that's or even give it so you guys can, you know,
For sure.
make a little bit of money or something. You know, so I mean, come on. I mean, it's
Yeah.
yeah. Well, futures, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Futures
right?
is abundant. But anyway, back
Yeah,
to
yeah.
other things. We don't need to get on all that.
No. Yeah.
Great Adventure is one of the people you partnered up with. So talk about who
so
that
not
is.
necessarily Great Adventures, but it's downtown Dayton partnership had a scavenger hunt.
Okay.
It was just a downtown scavenger hunt. We participated in that.
Okay.
So there's various things that happen throughout the year that we're either pushing for volunteers to through our leagues to connect with those volunteer opportunities, and or we are a volunteer and or a vendor to be able to bring kind of those things that we do. to that event. So, for instance, like a For Dayton by Kevin Carter, local rapper who puts on this huge music event down at Riverscape. What we do is we brought games and we led a few different game stations or minute to win it stations. Just help bring in life down to that event.
The Home Run Derby?
Yeah, so we did Home Run Derby partnering with Dayton Live and the Schuster Center. We initially started for tornado relief funds. And then since we've done it a few other times, it's been just raising money to give back to those charities that matter most to the people who are participating in. And so, so those are just examples of the ways that we continue to try to be involved in the community.
Yeah.
So,
awesome.
Outside of just partnering with other businesses.
Yeah, of course.
So.
No, that's sweet. That's cool. So, it's nice to be able to have different events that you can be a part of that really kind of give you exposure, give you guys ways to help raise money in the community. Yeah. Again, it's that community piece that you guys are big on. Yeah. Upcoming stuff that you're looking forward to, maybe that might be exciting. Stuff that's going on. I know you said something about a golf scramble coming up.
Yeah, so we have a golf scramble coming up soon, within about the next month. And so it's our yearly best damn golf scramble ever. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So, dude, we have a good old time. Actually, we gave these out at our golf scramble 2 years ago, and I think
nice.
Yeah. So like these are pretty cool, right? So you can just take it off, put your can in there, keeps it ice cold. Just metal koozie, for any. That was pretty loud. Jeez.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good, man.
But yeah. So we do that every year. We're looking, to bring out around 32 teams plus just a full day of fun. We do a bunch of giveaways. We do some gift cards. We give away a bunch of Sportcial swag, get a lot of people together, just have a really good time. So got a couple holes where it gets wild and crazy.
Yeah. Of course. You have to.
I know my first year we did like just kind of a preliminary one just to kind of test out everything. And I got there a little late, and so I had to catch up. So my goal was to catch up because I wanted to do 2 White Claws per hole.
Yeah. Well, that's a plan.
Yeah, I got to about hole 6. And I'm like, whew.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Here we go. Sorry, I'm a bad golfer anyway, so it didn't matter.
I went to a bachelor party, and they're like, guy wants to play golf. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, and we rented this caddy, some, hot chick or whatever, to carry his clubs, make him feel good. Yeah. Meanwhile, we're 8:30, and nobody drinking because we're hungover from the night before. Then we get to, halfway through, right? So we get to the clubhouse, and then everyone's like, all right, it's like 11, it's on. I'm like, dude, what the hell?
I know.
And we just start crushing drinks, right? Yeah. And then next thing you know, the caddy girl in a golf cart that has alcohol starts following us, right? And every hole, the guy's like, all right, round of fireball, round of fireball.
You guys are in trouble.
Next thing you know, man, it's like hole 15. And we're done. Nobody can drive. Yeah. It's over. Yeah. We're just hanging out with the golf cart girl. Just on the side of a hole, and we're just waving people passing us by. We're just here getting drunk in the middle of the golf course.
You guys doing the back off challenge?
No.
Have you heard of the back off challenge?
No, what's that?
So basically, somebody lines up, for the tee to take the shot. Yeah. And all you're doing is heckling. We're trying to get them to back off the tee.
Oh, yeah. No, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, you guys were probably doing it, just didn't even know.
Yeah, exactly. We were definitely doing it, and they didn't even know. It was wild, but. Yeah, that was my experience in golf. Bachelor party never works out. Yeah, I try telling people
that's the only thing about golf for me is I'm in it for that part.
Yes,
right. I'm not actually in it to golf. One, because I suck. Yeah. 2, because for me it's just too long of a day.
Well, I've got ADD. Yeah. So so I tell people I'm not really good, and then I play, and then hole 1, hole 2, hole 3, they're like, "Oh my God, you liar! You're awesome!" I go, "Wait till the ADD kicks in." Yeah. I'm cool on the first 3 holes. Yeah. But then after that, I'm out.
Maybe that's my issue.
Yeah. It's they say golf is 90% mental and only 10% physical, and if you think about it, you really got to think. Yeah. A lot when you want to know how you're going to hit the ball. Seriously, if that's what it's all about.
So I think for me, I thought being a tennis player,
Yeah.
right, playing all the other sports, I thought I was just going to come in
And be awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, no,
No.
I'm like, this is actually pretty hard.
Yeah.
Like,
it literally is mental.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
So-
lying when they say 90% mental.
well, so tennis is that way too.
Yeah.
Right. It's a little faster pace.
Yeah.
And so, but I mean, I think there's a study, so I could be lying here,
Yeah.
but it could have just been a conversation that me and my friends were having.
Yeah.
But I think there is a study that it's like people with ADD and or ADHD are hell of tennis players.
I believe that.
You know,
I'm pretty good.
because it's like it's enough motion and activity
Yes.
to keep you mentally active,
Yeah.
but it's also such a mental stimulant
Yeah.
that
Through a
that
combo
you're,
of both.
you're kind of hitting
Yeah.
on all cylinders. So
Yeah.
maybe just play some tennis, man.
I played a little bit of pickleball too.
Okay,
Yeah.
pickleball's fun.
I know I should get it back in it.
Pickleball's
Talk
really
about
fun.
another kicking my ass workout, running
yeah,
around.
yeah, it's that side to side. I mean,
It
you're
really
literally
is.
you're at almost a crouch position, especially
Yeah.
you because you're a little
Yeah,
taller. So
yeah.
you're almost at a crouch position for the entire
Oh, it's
time that you're
wild.
playing.
Yeah.
So I don't get in a dink game. I
Yeah.
don't get in a dink game. I'm live and then I'm coming in and swatting,
Yeah.
fly swatting.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I'm backhanded. I'm going.
Yep.
I'm running all over the place
Yeah.
like a chicken with its head cut off, man. I'm wild. But then also, let's talk about the other thing that you're excited about is the Sportcial field trips.
Dude, so
Yeah.
we're kind of branding this whole Sportcial field trip thing, man, and it's becoming pretty exciting, right? Just
Yeah.
obviously we get excited about swag and being able to give away cool stuff,
Right.
So
Yeah.
so I think this is a really good opportunity for us to do some of that, So we're planning to do a fever game. Obviously,
Yeah.
you can see how big WNBA is kind of blowing up, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Long time coming.
Right.
So we want to kind of support that and go hang
course.
out. A few years ago, we did a Hail Israel.
So where
game.
is the closest?
Indiana.
Indiana. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the Indiana Fever.
Yeah. India Fever. Yeah.
If you haven't heard of this young lady, Caitlin Clark. Right?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's right.
that's the
She's
one.
there. Yeah.
Got Leah Boston
Yep.
there. So they got a good squad. That the squad could be better, but they
Right.
they got a decent squad.
Yeah.
But no, so that'll be I think our first one for the year.
Nice.
That we'll do. I know previously we've done, like I said, the Hell is Real game, which is the FC Cincinnati versus Columbus Crew soccer game. That was pretty cool. We used to do an annual Keeneland trip
Yeah.
where we partnered with Cincinnati Sports Leagues down in Cincy, go CSL. We'd all go down, jump on a bus real early in the morning, have mimosas and breakfast, donuts, and go down and hang out. Set up a couple tents and do some tailgating and then go watch some horses.
Yeah.
Play some bets that we lose.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, or win, you never know.
Yeah, or win. Yeah. I haven't won.
Well, now I don't know if you know this or not, but you're not going to be allowed to go. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm not signing your permission slip.
It's all right. You can drive yourself. Shoot.
No, I'm just messing.
no. Yeah, you gotta
That's
sign
what I
it.
thought about. Permission
That gives
slip.
me an idea, though.
Yeah, we should make people get permission
Yeah,
slips.
we're gonna make some permission slips.
Yeah, you got to, man. You got to bring it back that old school feel.
But what's the wildest thing that you should put on this permission slip? Right?
I mean, honestly, I think you should just give permission slips to people that are married and make it so that their wives have to sign. Oh my god!
that's actually good.
And then that way they can go.
But is that a permission slip or a hall pass?
Dude, make it how you want it, man. Make it how you want it. But I just think, how funny would that be? You got to get that permission slip from your wife.
So
Hey, can I please go?
Yeah, we have different permission slips for statuses.
Right. Yeah. Just make it up and let everyone know we have the permission slips. Don't worry, we got a solution for your problem.
You can load the bus. You can
That's
name off
funny.
the list,
Yes.
take attendance.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Yeah, that would be good. I like that.
Got to make it feel got to make it feel like that 4th grade, 5th
I
grade.
know, right?
You know.
I know, right?
Lifestyle.
Get the what's those? The PA system, the
Yeah.
microphone, megaphone.
Yeah. The megaphone. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Well, yeah. So that's pretty much wraps it up for us for the most part. What tell us about how can people get involved? What if people want to sign up? How do they check out the different sports going on at different times? Let us know what what they do.
Yeah. Hey, Frank, first off, like, just thanks for having me, man.
Well,
thanks
yeah,
having
for sure.
Sportcial.
Yeah.
I know too. It's you're doing your thing and just participating here, but like,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool, man. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
So didn't want to make sure, I wanted to make sure we didn't leave without me saying.
Oh, of
that.
course, of course, you're welcome.
Yeah, but so you can do DaytonSportcial.com. That's where you're going to be able to sign up for leagues. That's where you're going to be able to just get more information. It'll take you over to our league labs, which will be where you sign up at. It'll have the cost, it'll have the weeks, it'll have the whole layout, the whole gamut on there. We actually have kickball reopening here soon for the next session, and we'll have our fall sports opening soon. So you're looking at bowling and euchre.
Is there a third season for kickball? Or is there only two
Just
seasons?
two.
That's
Just
what I
two.
thought. Somebody was telling me there's a third. I'm like, no, I don't
No,
think
so we actually used to do 3 seasons though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we used to start earlier in the year. We used to start
Gotcha.
like April.
Got you.
And then, but we just kept experiencing rainouts. Like this
Yeah.
year's been bad for rainouts.
Right. I was going to say,
especially Tuesdays.
I don't know if we had a redo on one of the rainouts, but
Yeah, so we've been doing like double headers.
yeah,
But-
that makes sense.
Yeah, so DaytonSportcial.com. Where you can get the real juice though is on our Instagram though.
Okay.
It's at Dayton Sportcial.
Yeah.
So it's Sport CIAL. So just so
Yeah.
you know.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, so that's where you can get the real deal, like real time kind of updates. You can see like what we're doing. You'll see our stories kind of going wild. You'll see like where we do tiny mic stuff, So we're keeping update. Pretty frequent updates on Instagram too. So
Well, that's good. Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
check out the Instagram. That's
yeah,
that's
we're
good to know.
we're on Facebook as well. We're on
Yeah.
Twitter and TikTok. What's cool, man? TikTok, we got a video that's like 2-point-something million views.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a guy hitting a bunt, and he's at a bunt home run.
No.
Yeah, and like he, we have the rule where you don't touch first base.
Yeah.
Right? So he didn't touch first base, and everybody's in the comments. They're like, he didn't touch
Touch first base.
He didn't
Yeah,
touch
he's
first."
out. He's out.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
Well, that probably got people going though. That's
Yeah.
the thing. You get people going.
I know, right? Yeah.
It's a good idea. Make videos that are like weird like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, yes, that's what you got to do. You got to do something where it's like, this is how it's supposed to be done, but like in reality,
Yeah.
you don't want it done that way.
Exactly.
And then it just causes everyone to go crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you can do some prank stuff with the furniture.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Buy some cheap old furniture.
Yeah.
Just like,
Well, I made this video a long time ago when I
Throw it
was
off the
younger.
roof.
It was for a term, and I got 100% credit, but it looked pretty decent. It was a cherry chest, right?
Yeah.
So I just walked out. I had a bat. I go, here at Dayton Discount Furniture, we're beating down the competition. I just started beating the crap. Yeah,
Oh my
I started beating the crap out of his chest.
Jeez.
And I was like, yeah, come on in, Dayton Discount Furniture, and grab yourself a swing.
Oh, that's funny. Dude,
But
if we weren't
didn't go
using-
viral, though.
Didn't go viral? Yeah, maybe wasn't. Yeah,
I think I was too early.
too early.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things kind of.
I was above my
You had to hit
time.
that. Yeah, that's all. You're ahead of your time.
Exactly.
Dude, you should, if you lace up the benches in the dugouts,
Yeah.
I think we could go viral video off of that.
Yeah. What do you mean
Man.
lace up the dugouts?
Like, shoot, we take this cherry wood. Is this cherry wood? I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, is this cherry wood?
No, I don't know. I don't even know what type of wood this is. Isn't that
okay.
terrible?
Well, I wouldn't know. Shoot. You take this wood though, like
Yeah.
redo that bench.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're
I mean, it's a big investment on your part,
Right,
but
right,
like,
right,
you want to
right.
get the virality.
I see what you're saying. Make them look super nice. Yeah.
Yeah, like shoot, like Sportcial now offers
Yeah.
luxury benches.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
I'm just saying, man.
That'd be cool. That's an idea. That's an
Try to
idea.
get the city to pay for it.
Right.
I don't know how, but like,
Yeah. I was thinking about that. If I could just figure out how to get in, get these people to pay for things.
yeah, maybe they see what they got, like 12 fields out there.
Right.
They have you lace the whole field.
There you go. Could be something.
Could be.
Well, any words of wisdom you want to leave us on? Any way you want to sound us out with?
Hey, man, this is gonna get deep, man. I didn't think the conversation got deep enough for this, but
It's okay.
I'll
We're
finish
getting
it
deep.
off anyway.
Yeah, let's go. Let's finish deep.
deep. Yeah. No. This is Deep Podcast with Frank and Frank.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, you
That
know,
was pretty good,
That
actually.
is. We could start another one.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, slap the logo up.
Yeah, Frank and Frank.
Frank and Frank.
No, so kind of going back to the do good part of our core values. One of the things I live by is a quote by Earl Nightingale. It's success is the progressive realization of a worthy idea. And you can sub out that word success. You can sub out the word idea with goal. But like basically what that means is if you have something that is worthy to you, right? Something that you truly care about, similar to a Sportcial, right?
Right.
As you're working towards it, right, you just realize you're making that progress of one telling you, hey, this is something that you really want, or it may tell you, hey, this is not something that really means to
this
you,
is good
right?
information.
But at the same time, you'll continue to find ways to support it and grow it, right? Because it's just gonna be a natural gravitation to it. And so for me, that's what Sportcial is, right? It's a natural gravitation. It's me working towards or progressively realizing that, hey, this hits one of my core values within me. This hits one of my fulfillment stations within myself. And so, you know, the reason I've been a part of it for this long, right? The reason I wanted to be a part of it without, you know, needing a major contract or whatever, you know, or
payday.
Yeah, or payday, right? Is like, yeah, man, this is
Because it's paying you in a different way.
Exactly.
It's about hitting your core values, making you a stronger, better human being.
Yeah, 100%. And so
that's what it's all about.
So that's what I'll leave you with. So just so you
do things in this world that make you a better person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't be afraid about it. Even if it doesn't make you, you know, $1 million. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're still walking away.
That's what'll help you do all the other stuff. Though.
Yeah.
Right.
It is amazing how
because a lot of people have
rolls
jobs,
into
right?
it.
Like, I mean, thankfully though, I've been able to work and, you know, live off of things that like I actually enjoy, right? But at the same time, like, you know, the better way to kind of deal with something that you don't enjoy at your 9 to 5, right, is to do some other things outside of it, right? Something that really hits you, that what you really feel attached to. So yeah. So
no, that's cool. That's awesome.
That's all I got, man.
No, I appreciate it. It's good stuff, good advice, and I appreciate you being on the show and coming out here and taking your time to do it. You know, so
no doubt, man.
It's awesome. So, all right. Well, thanks for being on, and until next time.
All right.
All right. I'll see you on the field.
Yeah. Play harder.
Subscribe and follow to our Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, or your favorite podcast platform. Be sure to sign up for our email list and receive an email to watch the show every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Do you know a great Dayton business that you would like to see on the show? Visit our website at DaytonApproved.com and click on the Contact tab and tell us who you'd like to see.